Hi, my name is Keesha.
Hi, my name is Shari,
And we are your guides to an enlightened pathway.
Come join us on a weekly quest to awaken your mind.
Hi, welcome back to the Enlightened Pathway. My name is Shari. I will be talking to you about the fearful avoidant attachment today. This attachment is the last style under the attachment theories that Keesha and I have been discussing in previous videos. We gave detailed characteristics on each attachment style and how they're developed, so hopefully you've been following us on this journey that started with the question why, leading you right along to ride this fearful avoidant attachment quest. This quest is going to be a bumpy, turbulent roller coaster of emotions kind of ride, so buckle up your seatbelts and I'll go right into the details with this attachment. The fearful avoidant, also called the disorganized, is an insecure form of relationship attachment that affects around 7% of the population. I feel like it's a little bit more prevalent than that because of the times we live in. I have been in a fearful avoidant attachment relationship, I must confess. And looking back at that relationship, knowing what I know now, I have learned more about myself and about what happened in that relationship. It was a crazy, confusing time. Like I said, you're going to be on a roller coaster of emotions going from, oh, I feel so loved, to I don't even think this person likes me. I think this person might hate me. Why are they even with me? And it's just very crazy. So I will explain why that happened. The fearful avoidant is a combination of the most challenging traits of the dismissive avoidant and preoccupied anxious attachment styles. Those two combine together at a severe level. So if you missed the previous videos that Keesha and I have done on the dismissive avoidant and the preoccupied anxious attachment styles, then stop this video, get off this ride, and go to the other videos to watch them for a detailed description on the characteristics. It will help you understand this fearful avoidant attachment better. The fearful avoidant person will bounce between the anxious type of people pleasing, being clingy, doing what they feel like you want or saying what they feel you want to hear, calling you, texting you back to back until they get an answer. They even may pop up to see what's going on with you for fear of losing the relationship. Then at a moment's notice, they'll switch to a dismissive type of not caring, not showing any kind of emotion, nonchalant, moody. They might be angry, sarcastic. And all of this is derived from a fear in a previous painful experience from their childhood. These actions will leave you so confused because, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. It's like being in a relationship with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So not only are you on a roller coaster and very confused, but now you're in a movie with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. These people will lash out to the very person that they care the most about, because even though they crave the connectedness and the intimacy of being close, they also fear it and are uncomfortable with it. Someone with the fearful attachment style is unpredictable. They self-sabotage the very thing that they want the most, that is love. The root belief that is going through their minds is that they do not deserve love and that they are unworthy of love. And subconsciously they're saying, I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable. This is all coming from having a traumatic childhood of emotional neglect or abuse. And this could be verbal, physical, sexual abuse as a child. Now let's take a minute to really think about this. Okay, so you have a child that they're reliant upon their parent or their caretaker for their needs to be met, for their emotional well balance. They're craving love from this person. They're craving safety from this person, and they're not getting it. They are giving love, but not getting love in return. They're getting abuse and pain. So now the very thing that they want is to be loved. Everybody wants unconditional love in this world. And to not get it in the form of a parent, that is normally where you would get that love. That first connection of love from your parent is the first relationship that you have, which you then carry on in your adult relationships. So are you getting what I'm saying about this type of attachment? This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a child that has not recovered from the pain. And that adult might not even realize that they're operating in this survival techniques that they have developed as a child in this situation that they were in, and they are mimicking it with you in an adult relationship. So that's what you're dealing with. The fearful avoidant won't trust their feelings of needing another person for fear that they will be rejected or they'll be hurt. Rejection is hurt. So they can't get close to another person because of the fear that they're unlovable, that they're not worthy, the fear of the pain of being rejected. They won't get that deep connection that they so long for in childhood because they may feel like they had no one that they could rely upon for love. So they had no source of love coming in, or it was a twisted adaptation of love, like a violent love. The love is such an obsession with a fearful avoidant person that a deep connection to have with somebody is what they obsess over, more so than the person. And the problem is that the obsession will never get met because they're afraid to go deep in their emotions to connect to that person. They're afraid of getting hurt so much that they won't go to a level that will make them fall in love or receive the deep love from another person. The fearful avoidant person will not have a stable relationship with anyone they date, and they will become more violent when they become closer to diving into their deep feelings with someone because it causes them to become more fearful. Fear is the root of anger, people. Anybody that you see angry, it is based in fear, and they're lashing out. This person or this child might even have adapted the physical abuse and the verbal abuse as a twisted form of love because they want love, and then therefore they're accepting this as maybe a form of love. So therefore when they get into a relationship, they will go ahead and do those things thinking that somehow it's acceptable. It's love. It's me showing you love. And they'll even say that. They'll say, oh, I did this because I love you, or you made me do this because of, I felt like I had to show you I love you. They have a strong arsenal of defense mechanisms because they believe vulnerability leads to pain, which will cause them to use one defense mechanism after another. That is just so they don't experience pain or hurt. They will use humor, sarcasm as protection, and they can get very critical as far as their words. Their words will become very hurtful, like weapons. And this is all coming from this hurt child. They have not let go of the pain that they experienced. And so they are lashing out from the painful place. You're not dealing with an adult. This is going in the past, through the past pains that they've had. It could even be reminiscent that if something that you did or something that you said, it could be reminiscent of what might have happened as a child, and therefore they're lashing out, and it's sort of like a survival type of thing. I'm going to save myself from this hurt. So even though it's in the present time, they are still dealing with the past hurts. And that person really needs to get professional guidance from someone that they can trust in order to get through this attachment. And they need to focus on forgiveness, on forgiving the person in their past that caused them this pain, forgiving the fact that it happened to them, and knowing that they were a child, they did not deserve this, they didn't do anything to deserve this type of treatment, that they are lovable, that they are worthy. They have to combat all of that with the negativity that they received. And it is an ongoing work that would have to happen, because 2 positives outweighs 1 negative. So it would have to be affirmation after affirmation. It has to be something that is repeated in order to be solidified, to move through this fearful avoidant, to move through the habits and the subconscious of doing the same thing and lashing out and having the obsession. So hopefully they will move through that to get to a healthy relationship. The characters that I can come up with that symbolize the fearful avoidant is Will from Good Will Hunting. And you'll see that in how he was in the relationship that he was in the movie. Also, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the sarcasm and the humor that he had with his therapist that they were making him go to. And Robin Williams' character was one of the therapists that gained his trust and was able to help him work through this fearful avoidant attachment by telling him he did nothing wrong. And that's when you see that it finally clicked with him and he was able to break down and face the things that happened to him as a child. Also, Nubula from Guardians of the Galaxy, you can see her character and you can see the love-hate relationship with her father. She was doing her father's bidding, and she did not like her father. She wanted to kill her father, but if anybody said anything negative or anything about her father, she would defend him. So that was like the love-hate relationship that you can see. There's probably more characters that you can probably think of that you might relate to see the love-hate type of situation. And also going out and looking and know that now that you know about the secure attachment, the anxious preoccupied attachment, the fearful avoidant attachment, you might go back in your relationships and think and say, oh yeah, that was a fearful avoidant, that was a dismissive avoidant. And on TV, on these reality shows, Keesha and I are able to recognize who is a preoccupied anxious, who is a dismissive avoidant, and who is a fearful avoidant. You can see that when you are now out in the world looking, and now that you have that knowledge, you'll be able to recognize it. Thank you for coming out on this quest with Keesha and I pray that our research is helping you to get to the root of specific mindsets that were developed in your childhood. We hope to find answers that will help you with your questions of why. The next segment of our videos will be on natal charts that will give more precise information about how you are programmed from birth to think, feel, and react to life experiences. The Enlightened pathway is a journey to get a better understanding of who you are, so you may be authentically you in all your relationships in a healthy way. Please like our videos and subscribe in order to continue on our more quests and with Keesha and I for enlightenment. The light will always guide you out of the dark. Thank you for joining us on this journey to an enlightened pathway.